The Pirate Queen. Grace O'Malley was a fearsome pirate who sailed the high seas for over 40 years, outlived two husbands, went to prison, and met Queen Elizabeth I. Her story is a real-life adventure filled with legend and myth. Born in 1530 at Clare Island Castle, County Mayo, Ireland, Grace grew up like most other girls back then, a nagging mom, an annoying old brother, and a dad who wouldn't let her come with him on his dangerous business as a sea captain. Grace's parents expected her to settle down into the life of a noble woman and learn to speak, read, and write Latin. But Grace loved the sea and vowed to follow in her father's footsteps. When her father planned a trip to Spain, Grace took matters into her own hands. She cut off her long hair, dressed in her brother's clothes, and snuck onto the ship. Discovering the stowaway, the crew nicknamed her Baldwin because of her short hair. Grace never returned to the quiet life. But Grace's father made her promise that if the O'Malley ship were ever attacked, she'd go below deck and wait until the coast was clear. When an English ship attacked, Grace broke that promise. She crawled up into the rigging of the great ship and watched as battle raged. At one point, an English pirate crept up behind her father to stab him in the back. Leaping from the rigging, Grace sailed through the air, screaming at the top of her lungs, and landed on the pirate. The distraction turned the battle around, and her father's people gained control of the ship. At age 16, Grace entered into an arranged marriage with Donald O'Flaherty, but she refused to sit idly around the castle. Soon, she took over as sea captain of the O'Flaherty fleet for her lazy and irresponsible husband. Although a woman leader was unusual, Grace earned the men's respect through her bravery at sea and knowledge of sailing. English sea captains refused to trade with Grace because she was a woman, so she annoyed them as much as possible. She swooped down on the English ships and demanded fees for safe passage. If they refused, she ordered her men to take what they wanted from the ships. After Donald died in battle, she took her fleet of ships, loyal followers, and 3 children back to the O'Malley lands. Grace was home again. Years passed, and Grace became one of the most respected and feared pirates of her time. People knew her as fair but tough. During this time, the English were taking over Ireland, either by force or bribery. In a dangerous move, Grace sailed to England where she could have been killed or arrested on sight and went straight to Queen Elizabeth to talk about her problems with the English. Upon Grace's arrival, Queen Elizabeth offered her a lapdog as a gift. Grace waved it away, saying, "I never sit down long enough to have a lap." The queen was so impressed that she released Grace and her followers from prison, awarding the pirate queen land and protection for her and her loved ones.